Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video on Disney Dreamlight Valley. So we got some exciting news today because we just got the developer video revealing more details about next week's update featuring Timon and Pumbaa, a new star path, and some quality of life improvements. So without further ado, let's take a look at this video. So for the first time in this game's history, we're actually returning to an existing realm to get new characters instead of getting a new realm entirely. Though we'll actually get to see the Lion King realm during the daytime to get Timon and Pumbaa. There they are. So we'll learn the art of relaxation with these two, and they will eventually, of course, join the valley. Though they're actually separate characters, not a duo as I was hoping. Timon will need your help just settling into the valley and calming his nerves, while Pumbaa will take up pottery as a hobby, though apparently the clay requirements will be minimal. And there's a sneak peek at 2 reward outfits there. They look pretty cool. Then the Star Path theme. They were rather brave to not go with the Halloween theme, because I've seen a lot of backlash about this already. But yeah, they're going with a rock star theme, which is pretty cool in of itself. Those hairstyles I really like. And you'll be able to build your own stage, but it looks like we won't be able to walk around on it, which is a huge bummer. There's also a collab with Loungefly, who have made Disney-themed backpacks. So there's a Mickey Mouse and Maleficent one. The Maleficent one glows in the dark, so that's really nice. And there is going to be a third one where it's like this really cute Mickey Mouse one. But they're actually not saying exactly how to get this one yet. It's probably going to be a code you put in, like some previous items, or maybe we're still going to get a Halloween event. For quality of life improvements, Scrooge's shop's windows will no longer be empty. There'll be furniture if you already have bought all the clothing. And there's going to be some realm furniture that will appear in the shop. There's 2 new options where you can toggle between the new edit mode controls, because a couple months ago they made it so that the cursor would stay in the center of the screen if you're using a controller, which I hated and so many other people do, but you can bring back the original if you want. There's also an alternative sprint button, which they didn't highlight for some reason, but a couple updates back they did change that button to be the left bumper instead of the B button, which it was before. I prefer the B button, even though I'm used to the new way now. The last thing they announced is the ability to add crafting recipes and duties to the tracker, so you can have that in the top left of the screen. That's gonna be so handy. Like, that's cool that you can actually see the recipe requirements in the top left instead of having to run back to your workbench or going and just browsing through the pause menu. But that is pretty much it for now. So this update will launch on October 9th, exactly a week from today. No wonder why they were in such a hurry to announce this, because the Dapper Delight Star Path just ended today. It's kind of a shame, because it's my favorite star path probably, except for maybe the first theme park one, since we can ride the rides now. But wow, yeah, I hope they give us a little more time for this next star path. Gameloft also tweeted out the splash art for this next update, which will probably be the loading screen. I think it looks quite nice. And it's just interesting to see this realm in the daytime. Though, in light of that, no pun intended, surprisingly, it would be cool if we had an option to switch between day and night for this realm after we're done bringing Timon and Pumbaa into our villages. So it's not a big deal if they never do this, because, I mean, the game doesn't really place that much focus on realms after unlocking the characters anyways. They become almost useless. It's just like, oh, if you have the Eternity Isle DLC, then come back to all the realms every day so you can get some glimmer. My overall opinions on this update, it's okay, I guess. I was more impressed by the last update, but they did say on the roadmap a while back that they were going to have this October update be smaller in scale, as they just focus on bug fixes and quality of life improvements for this, as they ramp up for a bigger update later this year, which I think is going to be for the anniversary, the 1-year anniversary of the game's full release in December, which looks like is probably going to bring in Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas as a character. At that same time, we'll probably also have Act 1 of the second expansion pass. I know there's some leaked details about that, but I've been avoiding them because unlike The Sims where I cover leaks all the time, with Dreamlight Valley, there's story, and I don't want to have that spoiled for myself. So that's just my personal preference there. But there is a showcase stream. It is in between the October and late 2024 updates. So that's probably going to be in November. So I'll wait to find out what gets revealed there. But getting back to the October update, I'm so glad we're finally getting Timon and Pumbaa, not just because The Lion King is my favorite movie ever, but we've seen Timon and Pumbaa in the game's intro since the beginning, and I was getting worried they were going to be locked behind DLC because that's what happened with Rapunzel. But that is cool. That's interesting that we're actually going back to a realm that we already have instead of just getting yet another new one. Also, with us finally getting Timon and Pumbaa, we've essentially completed the core cast of Lion King characters. I mean, Rafiki would be nice, but I'm not expecting him. And also, I wouldn't mind if he was a companion. I think that could potentially be a really interesting companion, because it'd be nice if we had more actual Disney characters. We have a few more of them now compared to what we had for a long time, where it was just Pua from Moana. And also, I would love to have Kovu from The Lion King 2 at some point. But for now, it seems like they're still really sticking to like the main line movie core characters rather than pulling some from more extended materials. As for the Star Path, I know I said earlier they're very brave for taking the direction that they're doing, considering the time of year. But personally, I'm not upset that it's not Halloween this year, especially since I already was around playing this game for the previous two Halloweens. I don't mind a little change in pace, but yeah, I can understand why some people are really upset about it. There is still a chance they could bring the Halloween event back, because I know there was like that one we've had before where you bring like treats around to the different villagers, like the candies that you pick up that just spawn around your valley. But I don't know. I'm not sure if there will be an event that still gives some Halloween goodies potentially, especially considering that one backpack that they were keeping a secret for how to get. At the very least, they have started bringing back previous Halloween items in the premium shop. I noticed today that they brought in this Gothic Halloween set bundle that contains some items that we've had in those previous Star Paths. So that's kind of cool if you really want to get those items. But it would be nice to have some more free options. There's a few things we can already craft on the workbench, but I wouldn't mind a little bit more in that department. I'm pretty happy about the Scrooge's Shop update, like mainly the thing about the empty windows not being a thing anymore, because it just feels to me like one of those things where the game doesn't quite feel like it's out of early access yet, even though it technically has been for almost a year. But then there's just like things like that where it's like, why is it like this still? Also, thank goodness for the option to switch between the old and new cursor. I haven't seen a single person prefer the new cursor over the old one, and it made me feel so bad for people who are only able to play Dreamlight Valley with a controller, because when I tried it, I was just like, nope, and switch right back to using my mouse as I usually do when I go into decorating mode. I still use my Xbox controller when I'm actually running around as my avatar, but for decorating, I just feel like the mouse and keyboard is a better fit. And like I said earlier, I'm glad we're getting the alternative sprint button option, because I prefer the old one. And also the being able to track recipes and duties, that's going to be really good as well, I think. That's probably going to be one of my favorite things about the whole update. But with that, feel free to let me know your thoughts on this Jungle Getaway update in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.